I'd like to welcome the audience to the October 22nd, 2019 Parish Planning and Zoning Board meeting. If you would all please stand while Ms. Julia Dickerson says the invocation and pledge.
Okay. Heavenly Father, we come before your presence seeking wisdom and guidance. We're asking that you bless this board as we serve the community. In the precious name of Jesus Christ, we ask. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Julia. Ms. Christie, would you call the roll, please?
Chair Art Little.
Here.
Vice Chair Kirk Smith.
Here.
Miss Latricia Cobb. Here. Miss Julia Dickerson.
Here.
Miss Sharon Galicia. Miss Janelle Hyatt.
Here.
Mr. Kyle Link.
Here.
Mr. Jake Porsche.
Here.
Mr. Gary Navarre.
Yep.
And Mr. LaSalle Williams.
Here.
All present.
Thank you, Ms. Christie. This is an 11-member board. It will take the majority of those members present to grant or deny any requests heard tonight. The chair will refrain from voting unless that vote might affect the outcome. The meeting will be conducted with me reading the requests from the agenda. The planning staff will give a presentation and report their recommendations. If the applicant would like to add to the staff's presentation, or if someone from the audience has comments, please come to the microphone and state your name, address, and nature of your request. All persons wishing to speak other than the applicants need to fill out a blue request to appear form located in the back of this room. The form must be given to a staff member prior to the reading of the agenda item. As required by this board's bylaws, in all cases, the proponents will be limited to 10 minutes. Opponents will be granted 10 minutes as well, with each speaker allowed no more than 3 minutes. I recommend that a spokesperson be selected if there's a large group waiting to speak on the same agenda item. If 4 or more speakers' request forms are submitted, the time allotted for individual speakers will be limited based upon the number of forms submitted. The chair has the right to limit speakers who present redundant information or personal attacks. In unique situations, the chair may extend or the board may vote to extend the time allotted for speakers. After this discussion, the board will vote on each request. I will announce the decision of the board after the vote. The variance requests are final tonight. The road abandonment and rezoning cases will go before the police jury for final action on October the 24th, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. This meeting is being filmed by Calcasieu Parish Government Channel and can be viewed on Wednesday and Thursday following the meeting. For additional run dates, check the website at www.cppj.net, Channel 5 in Lake Charles, Sulphur, Moss Bluff, Westlake, Vinton, DeQuincy, and Gillis, and Channel 99 in Corliss and Grand Lake. At this time, I ask you to please turn off or silence all electronic devices. Agenda item number 5 is to take appropriate action to approve the minutes of the September 17th, 2019 Planning and Zoning meeting. I'll entertain a motion for approval. I have a motion and a second, Ms. Cobb and Ms. Hyatt. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 6. Take appropriate action on AB 0919-0010, a request by Michael Redd to abandon and revoke the original road and right-of-way dedication of the north 330 feet of Kellogg Road at 1242 Kellogg Road in Ward 6. I'll entertain a motion for approval. Have a motion by Ms. Dickerson, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Christie? Wait a minute.
This road, it's okay. This road is located in the DeQuincy area. The applicant owns the property on both sides of the proposed right-of-way that is requesting to be abandoned. Should the request be granted, the applicant plans to utilize the existing roadway to access his property. Because minimal impacts are to be expected, the staff recommends that the request be granted.
Any discussion or comments from the board? Does the applicant have anything to add to the staff's recommendations? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 7. Take appropriate action on VAR 0919-0105, a request by Stephen Mickey for a variance to allow one dwelling and one duplex with less than required lot square footage. Required 32,000 square feet, requesting 16,950 square feet. And with less than required public road frontage, required 250 feet, requesting 113 feet at 3408 A and B L Benoit Road in Ward 3. I'll entertain a motion for approval. I have a motion by Ms. Cobb, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Tammy?
Property is located in the South Lake Charles area and encompasses .38 acres of mixed residential zoned land. Currently, the property has an existing duplex. The applicant is requesting to allow a manufactured home on the property, which will be placed to the north of the duplex. Because the proposed density is consistent with the area, the staff recommends a request be granted with the following conditions: that the development adhere to the site plan on file with Division of Planning and Development, provided that the director or designee may authorize adjustments to the site plan in light of technical or engineering considerations discovered during development, and that the manufactured home be skirted prior to utilities being connected.
Thank you, Ms. Tammy. Does the applicant have anything to add to the staff's recommendations? We have no blue cards. Any questions or comments by the board? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 8, take appropriate action on VAR 0719-0099, a request by Raymond Price for a variance to allow 2 lots with less than required lot square footage. Required 16,000 square foot each lot, requesting 12,442.5 square feet each lot. And with less than required public road frontage, required 125 feet each lot, requesting 75 feet each lot at 3459 Liza Road in Ward 3. Request is deferred from the September 17th meeting. I'll entertain a motion for approval with conditions. I have a motion by Ms. Cobb, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Tammy?
This property is located in South Lake Charles area also and encompasses .57 acres of mixed residential zoned land. The applicant intends to divide the property into 2 non-conforming lots. There is an existing manufactured home on the property, and the petitioner intends to move a home onto the proposed vacant lot to be used for rental purposes. Because the proposed development is consistent with the character of the area, the staff recommends a request be granted with the following conditions: that the development adhere to the site plan on file with the Division of Planning and Development, provided that the director or designee may authorize adjustments to the site plan in light of technical or engineering considerations discovered during development, and that the development adhere to stormwater best management practices.
Does the applicant have anything to add to the staff's recommendations? We have no blue cards, no objection. Any of the board members have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 9, take appropriate action on VAR 0919-0106, a request by Tremac Investments, LLC, for a variance to allow 2 lots with less than required lot square footage. Required 43,560 each lot, requesting 30,527 square feet on one lot and 32,044 square feet on the other at 311 AA Myers Road in Ward 4. I'll entertain a motion for approval with conditions. I have a motion by Coach, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Tammy?
In front of you, there's a map and on your tablet showing this development on the AA Myers Road. and it shows each lot and the square footages of each lot on that road. And this property is located in the Carlos area and encompasses 1.44 acres of agricultural zone land. Currently on the property is an existing house and accessory building. The applicant is requesting to allow 2 lots with less than required lot square footage. If approved, the applicant intends to divide the property and sell the vacant lot. Because the proposed lots are not consistent with the filed partition, the staff recommends the request be denied. Should the board grant the request, the staff recommends the following conditions: that the development adhere to the site plan on file with the Division of Planning and Development, provided that the director or designee may authorize adjustments to the site plan in light of technical or engineering considerations discovered during development, and that the development adhere to stormwater best management practices.
Thank you, Ms. Tammy. Does the applicant have anything to add to the staff's recommendations? If you would, sir, just your name and address for the records.
My name is James McMullen. I live in Sulphur, Louisiana, 70663. I'm co-partner, co-owner of Trey Mack Investments. We bought this house and renovated it, and I know that the staff recommended that it be denied based on the square footage and the plat survey. But if you really look, they've already split 11 out of the 28 homes are in the street are under 1 acre square footage, sit on a lot that's under 1 acre. So this, what we're asking isn't inconsistent with the existing homes on that street, nor would it adversely affect value of a home or aesthetically detract from these homes. That's roughly 39% already on lots smaller than 1 acre. So that's pretty much my only issue with that
All right.
staff recommendation.
Thank you, sir. We do have one blue card in opposition. Mr. James Reed. If you would, sir. Come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
Yes, my name's James Reed. Been living there since '92. I'm at 397 A. Myers Road, which would be the piece of land right next to the property in question. Just to kind of clear things up, the houses that are on a portion of land less than an acre do fit the zone because they were provided their own sewage, a single sewage system, which meets the zone requirements. So it's not, you know, a foregone conclusion that you can put a house anywhere you want. It still has the square footage requirements. The reason we're opposing this, I don't know if y'all have got it handy, but I put together a petition for everybody on the street. And I think I got I'm at 6 houses. Everybody was opposed to this, and it just kind of upsets the character of the neighborhood because all of the houses are pushed back off the road. This one house would be pushed up to the front of the road, blocking the view of the neighborhood. So that's our concern.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Thank you.
Do I have any of the board members have any questions or comments? Mr. Forcheck.
Just a question for the staff on these. It's obvious that the homes here on this east side, the southeast side, that Pine subdivision with Charlotta, Charlotta, whatever it is, that was a pretty recent development.
I'm not sure when that was developed, but yeah, that particular tract, it was a part of this, and then they re-subdivided it into its own subdivision.
Okay.
And so they put in their own sewer system,
Right.
single sewer system for
Right.
those tracts of land
Right.
and their water.
Sure.
And so at that point, it met the minimum lot size requirements.
Right.
So what this request is to deviate from the minimum lot size requirement. And if you look at the whole partition of that tract of land there, even though there are different size pieces of property within the partition, it's never really been subdivided,
Right.
you
Okay.
see, so.
Yeah, that's, so the ones here also on the south side of the road, this Anthony, Roger, Bonnie Landry, that's 30,000, 32,000. Those were originally, they weren't subdivided recently. They were originally a part of
That-
this street subdivision.
That is correct,
Those
Mr. Bushman.
sizes.
That is
Okay.
correct. That was part of the original partition
Right, okay.
when that family tract of land subdivided
They
that
divided it
property.
up.
So it's been like that for a long time.
So the ordinances would require, if he does subdivide, because it would put him under the minimal, he would have to do a community sewer for both of these houses.
That is
Just
correct.
for those two.
That is correct.
Right. So he would be able to do it
Possibly, yeah, if he
There.
wanted to go that route.
within the ordinance.
That's correct.
Okay. And the same thing over here on the west side, they've got the Scarborough, the Hubert, 32,000, 37,000. It's just kind of a mixed bag, even when it was originally
That's right.
divided. Okay.
Yeah, when they did the partition, you know, you think of a subdivision having consistent lots.
Right.
Well, that's not how they did it.
That's right.
It has
I
different
see that.
size lots, and so that's what's a little confusing is that, hey, there's
Right.
different lot sizes
But the
here.
staff's position to deny is more based on the fact that no one else has subdivided
That's-
than the lot size.
That's correct, other than the tract of land to the southeast where that
Right.
person came in and did a re-subdivision
makes
of
sense.
that
Yep.
and got it approved. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I'm looking at the lot sizes, I'm thinking it is a mixed bag.
That's right.
But no one has come
Nope.
recently to subdivide some
Exactly,
of these
so that's
larger
why
tracts.
I said it's really not a consistent subdivision of property within that partition.
Except that the
Except-
Pine subdivision.
That's correct.
Okay. My only question.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Mr. McMullen, do you have any rebuttal or anything to say? Okay. Thank you. Hearing no other comments, Ms. Christie, can we have a roll call vote, please, ma'am?
Mr. Williams? Ms. Cobb? Ms. Galicia?
Yes.
Ms.
Yes.
Galicia replied yes. Okay. Mr. Smith?
No.
Mr. Navarre?
No.
Mr. Porsche?
Yes.
Ms. Hyatt? Ms. Dickerson? Mr. Link? Six against and 3 for.
The motion fails. Agenda item number 10. Take appropriate action on VAR 0819-0101, a request by Anthony Poozer for a variance to allow a second dwelling with less than required public road frontage. Required 200 feet, requesting 65.3 feet at 3613 Wright Road in Ward 4. Entertain a motion for approval with conditions. I have a motion by Ms. Cobb, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Tammy?
Property is located in Sulphur area and encompasses 2.18 acres of agricultural zone land. The applicant has an existing house on the property and intends to place a manufactured home on the property for his father. Because minimal impacts are to be expected, the staff recommends that the request be granted with the following conditions: that the development adhere to the site plan on file with the Division of Planning and Development, provided the director or designee may authorize adjustments to the site plan in light of technical or engineering considerations discovered during development, that the manufactured home must be skirted prior to utilities being connected, and that the development adhere to stormwater best management practices.
Thank you, Ms. Tammy. Does the applicant have anything to add to the staff's recommendations? Any of the board members have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 11, take appropriate action on VAR 0919-0103, a request by SEC Holdings LLC for a variance to increase the density requirements, allowed 12 units, requesting 16 units in the 1300 block of Georgia Road in Ward 1. I'll entertain a motion for approval with conditions. I have a motion by Ms. Dickerson, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Tammy?
Property is located in the Moss Bluff area and encompasses 1.6 acres. In 2018, the board approved a zoning request to rezone the property to multifamily to allow 6 duplexes. At this time, the applicant is requesting a variance to increase the density requirements to add 2 additional duplexes. If approved, this will allow a total of 8 duplexes on this property. Because the proposed density is not consistent with the character of the area, the staff recommends that the request be denied. Should the board grant the request, the staff recommends that the condition that the development adhere to the site plan on file with the Division of Planning and Development, provided the director or designee may authorize adjustments to the site plan in light of technical or engineering considerations discovered during development.
Thank you, Ms. Tammy. Does the applicant have any comments? If you would, please state your name and address for the records, please, ma'am.
Robin Bissoni, 1010 Lakeland Drive, Lake Charles. I'm representing SEC Holdings. Want to acknowledge the board's service to our parish. We appreciate that. My client is considering asking for a deferral because we really worked with the staff and would rather have their support than be denied. And so we would like to try to meet with them again. Is it possible to request a deferral?
We should be able to have a motion for deferral. Is that a?
So move.
We have a motion and a second for deferral for 30 days to our next meeting.
Sure.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCall. Agenda item number 12. Take appropriate action on RZ 0919-0146, a request by West Calcasieu Port to rezone from mixed residential R2 to heavy industrial I2 to allow heavy industrial development. New entrance road, storage building, laydown yard at 130 Gross Road in Ward 4. I'll entertain a motion for approval with conditions. I have a motion by Ms. Cobb, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Tammy?
This property is located in the Carlos area and encompasses approximately 0.89 acres. At this time, the applicant is requesting to rezone the property to heavy industrial to allow a new entrance road to the existing West Calcasieu Port, a laydown yard, and storage building. Because the proposed development is consistent with the character of the area, the staff recommends the request be granted with the following conditions. That the development adhere to the site plan on file with the Division of Planning and Development, provided the director or designee may authorize adjustments to the site plan in light of technical or engineering considerations discovered during development. That all exterior lighting must be oriented inward toward the development or structures to minimize intrusion onto surrounding properties, and that a runoff management plan will be required unless appropriate waiver is granted by the Division of Engineering.
Ms. Tammy? Does the applicant have, any additional? Thank you very much. We have no blue cards in opposition. Any of the board members have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Agenda item number 13. Take appropriate action on RZ 0919-0147, a request by SBB Enterprises LLC to rezone from agricultural A1 to light industrial I1 to allow light industrial development, contractor shop and storage yard in the 5,000 block of Highway 3059 in Ward 3. I'll entertain a motion for approval with conditions. I have a motion by Ms. Cobb, seconded by Ms. Hyatt. Ms. Tammy?
For this case, you have a revised brief and a final zoning map in front of you and on your tablets. And we just wanted to clarify a stipulation, that's why you have a revised brief in your packet. This property is located in the Clo area and encompasses approximately 9.89 acres. At this time, the applicant is requesting to rezone the property to light industrial to allow a contractor shop and storage yard. The applicant is a subcontractor and would like to locate his light industrial business to this location. Because minimal impacts are to be expected, the staff recommends that the request be granted with the following conditions. That the development adhere to the site plan on file with the Division of Planning and Development, provided that the director or designee may authorize adjustments to the site plan in light of technical or engineering considerations discovered during development. That all exterior lighting must be oriented inward toward the development or structures to minimize intrusions onto surrounding properties. That screening must be provided in accordance with Section 26-50 of the Parish Code of Ordinances prior to final electrical approval on the specific development. That all machinery and supplies must be stored within the required screening. That permitting is subject to approval from Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development. That a runoff management plan will be required unless appropriate waiver is granted by the Division of Engineering, and that the rezoning be in accordance with the final zoning map.
Thank you, Ms. Hammond. Does the applicant have any comments?
Robin Bissoni, 1010 Lakeland Drive, Lake Charles. I'm representing SBB Enterprises, and I'm available if you have any questions.
We have no blue cards or objections. Any of the board members have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 14, take appropriate action on a request by the Calhoun Parish Division of Planning and Development on proposed amendments to Chapter 26 of the Calhoun Parish Code of Ordinances, specifically to adopt a small cell wireless facility ordinance. I'll entertain a motion for approval. A motion by Ms. Dickerson, seconded by Ms. Hyatt.
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Yes, please.
as this is a public hearing, if you could ask the audience if there is any comment on this item.
Anyone in the audience have any comments on this ordinance? Mr. West?
I just want to say that we have not received any objection or any correspondence in relationship or in regards to this particular ordinance, so.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any comments or questions from the board members? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 15. The next item on the agenda is to advise that the next regularly scheduled planning and zoning meeting will be held on Tuesday, November the 19th, 2019, in the Police Jury Meeting Room. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second for adjournment. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.